everyone, and thank you, Vairog, for inviting me over here. Just a small correction that CyberBAP is an anti-cyberbullying organization. It is not a company. It is an NGO which helps the victims of cyber harassment online in terms of bullying, stalking, defamation, etc. So quickly moving forward, this is little about me. I had a privilege to be a TEDx speaker. I've been associated with various campaigns raising voice against the online harassment, particularly the non-financial ones. I believe the financial ones, we still have LEAs interested in helping out the victims. But when it comes to non-financial, where the wounds are invisible, there is no help. And unfortunately, maximum victims of non-financial harassment are either women or young children. And that's where I founded that organization and have been in various medias raising voice and raising awareness. I have also been very fortunate to be awarded as one of the top women influencers in the cybersecurity domain. So this is in a nutshell about me. As we begin, since the topic is the social media impact, so let me first start with asking you all, on which side of panel are you? Are you impacted by social media? Can we have hands up of people who believe that in some way or the other they are impacted by the social media usage? I mean, I am, so if there's anyone who's impacted over here in any ways, whether it's positive, whether it's negative, or are you amongst the one who is creating an impact on social media? Well, I'm one on the other side as well. So like we see that there are very few hands which are on the other side, which is where you're creating an impact. And today I'm going to talk more about how I move from being impacted to creating an impact online. Social media is now become an integral part of our lives, generations across. Yes, while the younger generation is far more tech savvy, however, for communication, for keeping in touch and being updated, generations across, gender across, we all are forced to use whether we like it, we do not like it. Gone are the days where we can say that, look, I am not interested, I don't have time for all of this. Even if you do not have time, you still have those apps in your device. I mean, is there anyone whose phone does not look like this screen anymore? We rarely come across people whose phones do not look like this. So if your phones are looking like this, then there is 100% impact of social media on you. If none of these impacts, because these are very, very subtle, so many times it's too late by the time we realize that, okay, how am I impacted because of this particular usage? The whole cyberspace is a very, very emotional space. Here, it's not the direct impact that physically you can see, but subtly it is changing the way we think, the way we make decisions, the way we behave, the way our actions are influenced. All of this is being impacted. And the most common impact is the multitasking. Like not a single phone will be having just one app open. Same way, think about it, when was it the last time where you were in a particular situation without your device or without checking your device? It could be maximum 2 minutes, 3 minutes, whether you're in a conference, whether you're at a restaurant, whether you're driving, or whether you're in your own practice. Because technology is becoming extremely, extremely integral part of our lives. And that's where we need to be aware individually at what levels is it impacting us. Jealousy is the most common but the most subtlest way. I'm not saying that, take it in a very, very literal sense, but it does provoke an inherent competitive nature. It keeps you away from feeling content and confidence. And it's very subjective. It's very individualistic, so the impact is also going to be very, very individual. Some of us may get impacted too soon, and that's where we see the Twitter war, the trolling that happens. If there are views which are not matching your ideologies, the impulse which you're not able to control, makes you extremely toxic and reactive rather than being responsive. Besides all of this, one major aspect that impacts all of us is of the cybercrime. Ritesh has touched upon what are the types of crimes which are happening on Google My Business. And the other entire domain of crimes which happens through the social media, it itself is another topic which takes hours and hours to cover all the types of crimes. So these are some of the ways in which every single user, if you're using a smartphone which is connected to internet, which is using WhatsApp and internet-driven apps for communication, any one or two impact certainly will be over there. So if the hands were, just 5 or 6 people realize the impact, I believe after this, we all can understand that where are we getting impacted and look into those matters. While we know that there is impact, the solution is not of not using, but it is about how do we manage that impact. So the key lies in balance, ensuring that private and professional are two separate domains. Many times we mix up these two. So we look at so many profiles online, and you will see that, whether it is a medical professional, whether it is a business professional, whether it is an organization, if this distinction of, having a private profile separate and a professional profile separate is not kept very, very safe, then there will be an impact and there would be mismanagement. So the key lies in creating two separate profiles. Your private ones can be actually private and only for people you know, so that you can keep your data safe and you can share the information with known people. While your professional profiles have to be much more objective and have to be well defined. If you're not regularly posting, but being there and interacting also helps a long way. The second important point in managing the impact is the content diet. This is the most invisible effect of internet technology or the digitization. We are bombarded with the content. Initially, we all came from a pull medium. So if you wanted news, you had to get up, reach a newspaper, pick it up, buy it up, get a book, go to a library and search for information. Today, wherever you are, whatever you're doing, in middle of that also your phone will beep and the information is pushed to you. When you're mentally not prepared, when you're emotionally not in that right frame of mind to react or to attend to that particular information. Plus, there is overdose and overload of information. So monitoring your content diet, what is that you are following? What is that you're sharing? What is that you're forwarding, you're liking, also makes up to your digital footprint, and which is what is very important for your profile management. And last but the most important aspect of managing the impact is to be aware. To be aware not only about the crimes and the scams, but also to be aware of your own reactions, of the way it is impacting you. Remember, in cyberspace or in cybersecurity, the trending term is zero trust. Even if you know the person, put in that extra 1 minute to fact check, to cross check, and then to move ahead. I'll share a very small example. Some years back, I was doing a campaign with Pune Cyber Cell, and one of the police officers over there shared a case story of a young mother who used to frequently visit the police station, complaining that her child is unable to attend the school. Now, it sounded very ridiculous, like what will police do about it if your child is not attending school? So the case was that a few weeks earlier, the child did not return home in time and was not reachable. So the parents had put out a particular message on the groups saying that, hey, if you have seen my son, please contact me, kind of. The child came back in the night and explained that, he ran out of the battery and the car's both tires were punctured, driver did not have enough balance, so they were not able to inform home. Parents later put out a message saying that our child has returned safely. Thank you everyone for your help. It's been 4 to 5 weeks post that message. Till date, whenever the child is seen out in public, somebody who has received that message immediately calls or takes the child back home or to the police station. Everyone is doing this out of good interest. But the point over here is that, it sounds trivial and it sounds funny, but put yourself in that parent's shoe and you come to know that whatever goes on internet, firstly, stays over there. Secondly, it takes just a minute to fact check, even if you want to help someone. So if we keep these two aspects in mind, we can make sure that if we are not having a negative impact, we are at least not creating another negative impact as well. This was about the negative impact. Now the journey towards moving to how do we make an impact on social media or in the digital world? How do we use it to our advantage? So the key lies in building connections, educating, just last 2 slides, getting the visibility. These are some fact sheets and why you must have a digital presence. If I have seen, particularly in medical fraternity, that they shy away from technology. They still want to go old way where you have to call up 10 times to the secretary to take an appointment. But this is what they are losing. And these are the statistics from 2020 and 21. If you ask me how do I start, this is the roadmap that you must go. Like Ritesh explained, Google profile is where you start. Second is having a website and an app. Your website can be informative as well as can be functional and interactive, but having it is a must. LinkedIn and Twitter, because specifically they are professional apps. The rest can be avoided or can be kept as private. Educate and share. Medical profession is considered as the most superior profession, and hence the information flowing from there is always valued. And that's the last slide. Make sure that you always manage your online reputation. Use the social media largely only to educate and spread awareness. Thank you so much for your time and attention.